Friends, hello, what is going on? Let's get right into the conversation of SoundHound here. So obviously, if you've heard me yap about SoundHound, I love it. I'm bullish on it. I'm trying to buy as much as I can of it. I am not really short trading it right now because I'm just trying to buy the dips and stack up on it. Because I think there's going to be there is a ton of meat on the bone here that we have not even got into with SoundHound. So let's talk about it. Let's dig into it. What's going on here, and I'm going to try not to repeat too much of what I've said here, but I do believe firmly that we are in a situation with this market right now where today Jerome Powell talked again. They talked and said, hey, things are still looking good. We are potentially, there might be in the middle of September here, we might be looking at a teeny tiny rate cut just to get things going. I think they even upped that number a little bit today, just trying to push better numbers going into the new year here. But because too, there are talks of recession, that job losses, there's things that are still bad and cooking out there in Badland. So it's a situation right now where it's a give and take. There's really a big tug of war right now, but there's still a lot of people that think we're gonna have a recession. There's still a lot of people saying like, hey, I think we need to hit the gas here, and we're going, and it looks like we're gonna go right into a bull market here, probably in December, January. So I really think you probably just need to look at things that are going to be safe to buy. Even if we do see a recession, a huge pullback in the market, a dip, things that you can be in that are going to be safe. They'll take a hit. Everything will take a hit in a recession and a pullback in the market. But there is a safe place to put yourself in that situation, and it's in good companies. If you're investing in the companies right now that are somewhat, they're hit and miss on quarterlies, the projection into next year is like, if they get this deal, if they do this, if they tighten up money, all that. SoundHound is not that company right now. We're seeing a lot of things. Things have dramatically changed with SoundHound here since the beginning of this year. A lot of it started with where they got their big attention with NVIDIA. When NVIDIA said, hey, we're going to step in, we're going to give you a few billion here to invest in the company. And obviously there's a lot of people that think that this will continue, where NVIDIA will keep mentioning SoundHound here because they are working together. So that really got the ball rolling on investors looking at SoundHound. And then on top of that, we've had NVIDIA here and all these other AI companies really controlling the market. And even now, I mean, we're back to it. We had 2 weeks ago was a bloodbath in the market. Everyone was freaking out. They were selling at a loss, for God's sakes, because they thought, well, this is it. This is the recession. Here we go. And now the market is right back cooking to where it was, and some things are even bigger than they were 2 weeks ago. And NVIDIA is getting ready to announce their quarterlies, which they should just be just fine. This leaves the conversation in the attitude of, well, maybe we just need to push in here, and that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been doing here, because I believe in the longevity of SoundHound here. I know there's investors in here that are going to, they just like to, they like to swap in and out of trades here, where, they're going to buy SoundHound when it sells off, and then when it goes up, they're going to sell it, and they're going to repeat that process. I do that with a lot of things myself, just building up capital in a stock, but building up a huge position as well. And that's a safe thing to do here with SoundHound. But my thing here with what we're going to probably witness with SoundHound, if we do go into a bull market here, and I think a lot of things, one big element that's going to be attached to this next bull run in our market is going to be AI stocks. I think we've already seen just the start of what AI stocks are bringing to the table. And I don't think the zeitgeist, I don't think the FOMO, I don't think any of that is done right now with AI stocks. Nothing has changed right now. We're not going to see anything new. So I believe that this next bull market will mostly be led by a lot of these AI stocks. I still think there's a lot that are just going to take the charge. NVIDIA, obviously, we've got Palantir, and then we're going to have these smaller cap AI stocks like SoundHound. But with that too, it's going to drive a lot of attention to SoundHound. We have SoundHound doing phenomenal in quarterlies. We have SoundHound doing great with money in the bank. We have SoundHound already telling us what they're going to be producing and making here financially into the next quarterlies here, the next year. So those are things that should make you feel safe about investing in a SoundHound. And that's why the past few months, we haven't seen SoundHound have a bad day here. Even when we had that sell-off here in beginning of August, SoundHound just went to, $4.30, right around there. And that was still very high for SoundHound compared to where it was this time last year. So I think that was a big proving ground right there to say, like, hey, we took a hit in the market, but a lot of investors stayed with SoundHound. They were like, okay, I'm not selling out of my position here. I believe in this company. So to me, that says the situation, if we even do see a recession here, if something traumatic were to happen here in September, October, if you get in a SoundHound sooner than later, you're going to be safe. You're going to have a safe situation. We're expecting the rest of the year with SoundHound to produce good quarterlies. So this isn't a situation where you're going, oh, I don't know if they're going to make it. I don't know what's going to happen here. For me personally, I do believe if we get into a bull market here with SoundHound and you're in at the right price, buying in at $4, $5 here, potentially $6 if we keep going at the momentum we're going right now in the next 30 days. SoundHound going into a bull market probably easily, and another good quarterly on top of that to end out the year. More than likely, we're going to see SoundHound go into a double-digit number here. Now, would that be $10? Would that be $15? Would that be $20? We have seen these AI stocks climb dramatically where it just doesn't even make sense. It doesn't even make sense with a lot of these AI stocks. These AI stocks are making their own lanes. They're not following, a lot of them, the guidelines of what should be going on here. Look at Nvidia, for God's sakes. I think a lot of people thought Nvidia, including me, we're going to have sell-off by this point, but we're not seeing that. And I think a lot of us thought the market was going to have a sell-off by now, but we're still not seeing that. So looking at places to buy here with SoundHound, I think it's obvious that SoundHound has captured this $5 mark, and it's really trying to keep it right now. But SoundHound is following the market right now with these good numbers in the market, and it's like I said, it's almost like the feds are trying to announce, and the market is pricing in right now that we are going to have rate cuts in September because it's moving so good right now. It's not doing what a lot of people thought it was going to be doing. But I personally, around $4.50, even a $5 and small change right there, I feel totally comfortable buying SoundHound because I'm looking at SoundHound going into a very big double-digit number, and this time next year really doubling their revenue for what they're doing quarterly. So, friends, this is this is where I'm at with SoundHound. I'm buying it. I am buying as much as I can. I'm not even so much worried about dips with it being this low right now, but like I said, around this anywhere in $4 range, low 5, just to feel safe on that situation. But I'm buying it. I think you should look at it. Do not turn your head on SoundHound right now. This is going to be one of those AI stocks that are going to be running with the big boys here. And SoundHound, year or two from now, this might be one of those AI stocks that we're going to go, oh my God, I knew this stock when it was $5. I knew it when it was $10. I knew it when it was $15. And now at $50. These are real conversations we could be having here. I remember having that conversation about Palantir 2 years ago. That's real. I remember it. Friends, I wish you all the best of luck, and I will talk to you soon. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.